Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's Malzy here. And I know I've been gone for a while. I've had some recent changes in my life, in my real life, and um, I've just been in a funk. And it kind of started when, so I'm gonna be honest. The end of February, my sister passed away unexpectedly. Um, and it just devastated me. Like I just it was bad for a while. Um, she was my best friend, my closest anything. She was my bestie, my person, and I'm not talking about my husband because I adore my husband. He's wonderful and he's also my person. But as far as female friends go, she was it. She was my person. Like um, what is it? Grey's Anatomy, Christina and oh damn it, what was the main character's name? I can't remember. Meredith, like Christina and Meredith from Grey's Anatomy. Like she was it. And so I've been in a funk for a while since she passed. I hadn't been playing any video games at all. And then, but I'm doing better now. Now, like the grief is kind of gone, the anger is gone, the devastation is gone. Now it's just that I miss her because, when things happen and I just want to text her or call her, like I can't. And so that's where I'm at. But it fucked me up for a while. And I'm not going to say apologies for that word because this is why I tell you that my videos are not made for kids. Um, it fucked me up bad for a while. But now I'm back. I had been playing Cyberpunk 2 for a while. I didn't record any of it because I don't know, I should. But now I'm stuck and I haven't had time to have my kids help me get out of my situation that I'm in. But but here I am back with House Flipper 2. And I'm just gonna say, along with her passing comes some guilt because the week that she died, I was thinking to myself, hey, I should just give her a call and see how she's doing. And I didn't. And now I can't. So I'm just going to say if you've got that family member, friend, someone special in your life that you haven't spoken to in a while, and you just want to, and you have that thought, hey, maybe I should call this person and see how they're doing, do it. Because don't get in a situation like me where now I have this guilt and my family has been wonderful. They've told me, that's not your fault and you shouldn't feel that way, but I do. I mean, I do. It's just the way it is. I do. I have this guilt and that's going to take me a while to get over as well. Not only losing my very best friend in the whole world, like she took me in. She's quite a bit older than I am. She's 17 years older than me. And she and her husband took me in when I had no place else in the world to go when I was a teenager. And so she was my best friend and I miss her insanely amounts of much. That made no sense. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, back to the game. We are here in House Flipper 2. We are in the Sandbox because I am creating a family compound. It's something that I really, really want to do um, because I mean, I've been wanting this for a while, and my husband does too. Like, we want our family to be close to us always. I don't want my kids to move far, far away. Um, but I saw this really cool concept for a family compound on YouTube, and I thought I would kind of recreate it but put my own spin on it. So, one of the things that's very important to my husband is having a complete blocked wall, which I have created here, and I'll show you the house in a minute. But it's a complete block wall. And then this right here, because we don't have any like main gates, this is meant to be like a main gate. And it's meant to like slide this way, but it's meant to look like it's meant to be like a slide gate. And here's the control box for it for the slide gate. That's why that's there. So, and we're gonna ignore the fact that this little thing is right there because this driveway is actually in the center of the property. I mapped it out. And so here is the house. And it's massive. And I'll show you why. It's actually an H-shaped house. And as you can see, I have a lot of work to do. But it's an H-shaped house. I don't remember. Wait a minute. This is not how I left this. There was grass right there. Oh well, I can fix it. Anyway, the house is an H shape, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to give too much away yet. Obviously, you know me, there's a pool. So each of the so the middle section right here is going to be like the communal area. There's going to be a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, and that's where the families come together and convene. Everything's gonna. This is where we all like eat together, whatever. But in the side parts of the H are two apartments. So there's a total of four. And it's because in my world, okay, my children are grown. They're adults. And so I imagine that, my children live, I have two sons, and I'm imagining that they're married and they have at least one or two kids. So each of those little families live in one of the apartments here. So each apartment is going to be like 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. I might throw a half bathroom in there somewhere if I can find it because they're kind of small. And of course, they're each going to have like their own little kitchen. Each unit has its own laundry. There's, like I said, there's going to be 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, maybe 1.5 bathrooms, just because I currently only have 1 bathroom in my house, and it sucks when you got to go and someone's in the bathroom. And then one apartment, of course, for my husband and me, and one apartment for his father. And that's like my immediate family, and I want us to be together forever. And yeah, so there's that. So that's why it's like that. So we're gonna come inside. Did not. I don't remember filling all of this in, and I do remember that this brick went all the way. So I don't know what the game did when I left yesterday. I started this project on Saturday. It is now Monday, May 3rd, May 4th. I started this project on Saturday, May 2nd. And now, like I said, it's May 4th. So yeah. So, and I'm probably gonna take out some of this brick so that I can put some flowers in, but I'm gonna put like some seating out here. So this is, each apartment has its own separate entrance as well. Now, of course, these are in the front, the other two are in the back. Now, as you can see, this apartment, so this is like how big the apartments are gonna be. And I figured, okay, the kitchen is gonna go here. This is the laundry room. Each apartment has this same laundry area. So the kitchen and dining room are going to be here. And then I figured like here is going to be like the bedrooms and the bathroom. Yeah, the bedrooms and the bathroom are going to be here. And then also, so this is the entrance, the inside entrance to, oops, I don't want you to see that yet. I'll show you why that's there. So this is the entrance into the apartment from inside the home. This is the main entrance to the home, and the kitchen is going to go over here. Dining room is going to go over here, and then a massive living room. Of course, I'm going to put a fireplace in. You know that. I'm going to build a custom fireplace. I kept this ceiling vaulted because it just gives you that open space. And so yeah, so this is the crossbar of the H. And so this is one apartment. This is another apartment. And again, it's got its own laundry room. They all have the same. As you can see, I have not decorated anything really yet. And then, so we've got the bookcase doors on each side, and I'll show you why that's there in a second. But here is another apartment. I figured this could be like for my dad. And this would be like for hubby and me. Um, and so, but I haven't, I've been trying, I'm also wanting to put like another exit, like another door to get out of the apartment on the back side, because this part leads to like this part leads to the main driveway, which leads back to the massive garage. And then on the other side, it leads out to the garden, which I'll show you here in just a few minutes. But the reason why we have these doors here, and then there is a stairs, and both sides are kind of the same. This house is completely symmetrical, is because my husband wants this, but he also wants a massive underground bunker. And so that's what we have here, a massive underground bunker. And I've just decided that this part right here, between the two stairs, is going to be an indoor shooting range. So I thought that would be really cool. We'll have an indoor shooting range. And I love it because, it doesn't have to be huge. I'm just going to run, I might make two of them because they're really large. So I'll do an indoor shooting range, two indoor shooting ranges. And, of course, we'll say that the walls are going to be completely reinforced so that the bullets don't go through and all that kind of stuff. But, and then this is going to be like a huge living area. I'm going to have a game room down here, another bathroom, probably two more bathrooms. A gym, another just hangout area, just a massive place. And then this door right here leads to a tunnel, and it connects to the garage. So this is the garage, and I've kind of got it started in the decorations. So of course, my car, my husband's car, and we don't have a van, but we do have a Jeep, and it is yellow like that. It is yellow. So I painted the van yellow. So the whole family, like in an emergency, first of all, the first place we're going to head is downstairs to the bunker. There's also going to be a kitchen down there and some sleeping areas down there, just in case if the shit hits the fan and we need to hide out for a while. That's where we're going to go. But if the shit really hits the fan and we got to bounce, there's an escape tunnel and it leads right to the garage. We can jump in the van and go. And I kind of put the boat like here too. So like we're going to just pretend that it's connected to the van. There we go. Pretend that it's connected to the van so that, wherever we go, we have a place to go. This garage is really cool because I designed it. Sorry, my son just woke up, and it's kind of embarrassing for me to be recording when other people are around. I didn't get up early enough today. I'm sorry. So anyway, here's the garage, and it's massive. Look how massive. And I haven't finished putting windows and things in yet, but down here is a half bath. So, and over here is going to be like a workshop area. So here's the bathroom. And I'm not done, but it's the bathroom. And this is going to be like a massive workbox or workbench area where there's going to be like workbenches and toolboxes and things. And then because we in my family we have motorcycles and quads and all kinds of toys, I made this ramp, and this is where I'm going to say all of the motorcycles and the quads and things are stored because I mean, House Flipper hasn't given us those types of vehicles. I hope they do eventually, but they haven't yet. But this is where all of those things are stored. So, like, we all have motorcycles, we all have quads, we have bicycles, we have e-bikes, all kinds of crap. And so this is where they're going to be stored. Um, and I made it like this, and I made sure that you could ride down here on a motorcycle or a quad or even a bicycle, and it would be easy. And so cars go down here, toys go upstairs. So that's why I made this garage so massive. And plus, my husband wants a huge workshop. That's just what he wants, and he should be able to have what he wants. So coming around, okay, so from the front, we've got our gate. It's zombie proof. We can even like say that the metal in here is electrified, which I think would be cool. My dad actually does have an electric fence on his property. I'm scared to touch it. When I say my dad, I mean my father-in-law because my dad has long since passed away. He passed away in 2005, so he's been gone for a long time. And so I consider my father-in-law to be my dad. So when I say my dad, I'm talking about my husband's dad, but he's also technically my dad too, just not biologically. But anyway, my dad does have an electric fence in his yard, and it's not to really keep people out; it's to keep the dogs in, because the dog has tried to climb and jump the fence. But it's also to keep people out, like stay off my lawn. So this, like as you can see, I have totally enclosed the entire property in this huge brick wall. So this is the driveway. Everybody drives their cars back here. There's plenty of room. If you can't fit it in the garage, there's plenty of room to park your car and still have room to get around because we need to be able to maneuver. Um, we also have an RV, so like that would have to be parked out here somewhere. So so this is the back of the house. And of course, the two back apartments have their exits right here. There's a nice outdoor kitchen, which is the reason why the kitchen on the inside is going to be right there. And this is going to be like a pass through. So I'm going to put the windowsills in. I just haven't done it yet because you can't put them in until you put in your kitchen, your cabinets. But yeah, so we've got, and I've made this like a I it's a that thing. I can't think of the name. A fire pit, and I've smashed it in there so that that is the heat source for the brick oven. And there's some sandbox tricks in here, not a whole lot to be honest. Like um, pushing this back right up against the house is a sandbox trick, and then pushing the fire pit into the brick oven is a sandbox trick. But I've tried not to use too many sandbox tricks because um, just for the fact that if you wanted to do something like this in story mode, it it would be fairly easy. Like, and of course, adding the whole underground part, that's obviously a sandbox trick. But most of this is not. Like, you can do this in the regular story mode. So this is our backyard. And one of the things that my husband dreams about is having a party pavilion. And this is what this is. This is the party pavilion with the outdoor kitchen that is kind of connected to what's going to be the indoor kitchen. And we love to watch movies, so we have this massive white spot on the house, and this is where everybody can join around and we watch movies at nighttime. And I've put in, the kids can throw their blankets and toys on the mat. The adults can hang out on the couch. I'm going to put more pillows up. I just haven't done it yet. And then we just all sit here and watch movies. And I'm also going to put a bar out here for adult and kid drinks. And I'll put a bar out here so we can make ourselves drinks and all that kind of stuff. And I think probably over here I'm gonna put like another massive table. I might put it underneath like a pergola, just so that we can eat and have our heads covered. I think that's gonna look nice. I mean, it's massive, so there's plenty of room. And then of course with the pool, it is also completely fenced off because we don't want children out here unattended because, we don't want them to drown. They have to be safe. So these gates are locked and only adults have access to the keys. But here's the pool. And I haven't decided what decorations I'm going to put in the pool, but we do have a slide. I'm probably going to build a diving board. Um, and then, I'm going to put sun chairs and umbrellas and things out here too. But yeah, so that is the pool. And then over here is another fenced off area. So this is a giant sandbox where the kids can just play outside. And I purposely made it so that they can get to this part without having to go into the pool area. I did that on purpose because kids don't necessarily have to be supervised so much out here. Like they can go out and play in the yard. I mean, my kids always played in the yard and I wasn't necessarily outside at all times when they were playing in the yard. But they definitely cannot be in the pool area without adult supervision, even if they're really good swimmers, because don't want anybody to drown. And of course, I would want all the adults in the house to be CPR trained just in case something bad happens. But here's the play area for the kids. Got more slides. And I know this is supposed to be a water slide, but it's not. I made it a regular slide, and that's totally fine. But yeah, got all the playground things. I'm going to put some toys and things out here as well. And then they've got a nice area of the yard where they can just run and play in the yard and play ball or whatever and just do, kid things in the yard. This is something that I would like to have. So we've got our tool shed here with the lawnmower, and I'm going to put like the shovels and all that kind of stuff in here. So this is a tool shed like the garden shed. And then this is a canning area. So I like to can food, and I've taught myself how to do it. I started with the USDA guideline ones, but now I'm kind of getting into what they call rebel canning. In fact, last weekend, not this past weekend, but the one before, I did what's called water glassing my fresh eggs because my chickens are now producing a lot of eggs, more than we can eat, and so I don't want them to go bad. And so I have water glassed them, and that is where you just put them in a jar. They have to be clean, but you can't wash off the bloom. You can't wash them, but they still have to be clean. So you just basically scrape off any dirt or poop. I used like a really super fine sandpaper just to make sure all the dirt and the poop was off of them. And then you put them in the solution of pickling lime and water. And they're supposed to be preserved for up to 18 months. Some people have even gone 2 years. So it preserves the fresh eggs. You cannot do that with store-bought eggs. You cannot. So don't try it with store-bought eggs. That's my disclaimer. Only fresh eggs from your backyard chickens. And the reason is because store-bought eggs have been pasteurized and all that protective bloom is gone, which is why, that's also why you don't wash fresh eggs. You don't wash them. You just sit them on the counter. You don't have to refrigerate them because of that protective layer. You're not going to get salmonella. You're going to be fine. There is a way to test if your eggs are still good to eat. You can look that up. It's called a water test. And anyway, so this is the area where I imagine is going to be where I do my canning. And the reason I put the stoves outside is because it gets really hot. Because I have a pressure canner and in real life, and man, when that thing is going, it's annoying for one thing. It's loud and it's annoying for one thing, and it makes my house hot. So we do this outside. And then inside here is like where I'm gonna like prepare all the stuff. So I'm gonna put another couple of cabinets here. So and then I can't decide if I want to leave this window here. I think I'm gonna move it over here. I think I'm gonna put it here. And I'm probably gonna move the stove over. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it this way. And the reason why is because I also want to make this a pass through. Put that there. Like, I also want to make this a pass through because, you know, I'm going to prepare the jars probably inside, and then you can see I've got a bunch of jars over there. Prepare the jars on that side, and then I can just pass them through this side and then put them in the canner. Or, you know, and then this is where we hold all of the supplies. So let's see here. Let's just do this. And let's get a couple of these. I don't really need a sink in here. Maybe I do. Let's see. This is the Pienick. Piecnik. I want the really thin sink. Is that going to fit right here with the door? Yes, it will. Oh, I can even get the bigger one. Where's the bigger one? Not that one. That one. That one doesn't quite fit, but that's okay. Because actually, I think I want to do that one here. Let's get rid of this. Let's put this in the middle. And then we'll get, let's see, where is it? We'll get this one. This one will fit. No, it won't. Oh, that's a fridge. So yeah, we're gonna have to. Okay, let's. What I want to do is, I want this one. Let's do this one. Wait, it doesn't fit. Shit. Um. Okay, then let's get the little one, but let's put it right here. And then I think this one might fit here. Nope. Okay, well, that's where it's gonna go. All right, and then let's there we go. That's better. And then what we're gonna do is, oh, let's what is this? White marble, drab olive 6. Okay. The reason I did that is because I want a windowsill, and I want the windowsill to be white marble. And then the color is going to be drab olive 6. Hmm. Well, that's not going to work. That's okay. Here's what we're going to do. Windowsill, no. We're just going to swap these out. Put this here, that like that, and this like that. And now we can put the windowsill back and it won't clip through. And now, see, this is what I'm planning for the kitchen. And now this can open up that way and it's a pass through. So I can just put whatever jars I have prepared in here and I can just stick them out there and they can be ready for the canning. Okay, and this is going to drive me nuts. So that's how that goes. It's not completely equal, but that's fine. So I've got all my jars up here. I'm going to put like more stuff on this that I've picked from the garden, which I haven't put in yet. Oh shit, I gotta go. But yeah, so here is so here's the canning shed, the canning area, and then over here is going to be a garden. And I think maybe right here I'll put in a chicken coop. And I got to figure out a chicken run. I guess, I guess honestly, if I have all of this here, if it's completely fenced in, I don't really need a chicken run per se. But we'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm gonna make a chicken coop because we need fresh eggs. Fresh eggs are the best. But this is what I'm working on, guys. I hope you enjoy it. So my question to you is, oh, more thing I gotta do. My question to you guys is, I need a color scheme for each of the apartments, or a theme, and also for the main living area, the center part of the home. Um, we have to remember to close gates behind us because if we have chickens running around, we don't want them in certain areas of the home because it's going to make a mess. Um, and I might move the kids area to the front. I don't know. I might move. I'm probably going to move those. The goals. Um, you know what? Let's just go ahead and put those in here. Because honestly, I think I'm going to make this whole big area a chicken run. There'll be free range. There'll be free range chickens because that's the best, healthiest for them. Yeah, I think I might. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to section this part off for a chicken coop. So there'll be a big chicken coop in here, and then I'm going to use the same fencing, and I'm probably going to just fence it off from like here to there so that the chickens have like that whole area to run and scratch and do chicken things in. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But I got to go. I do still have to get ready for work. And so I'll probably post this tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. I'll make sure I get up early enough and I'll get this ready and I'll get this posted tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo. And it happens on Taco Tuesday. You know we gotta have tacos tomorrow. That sounds bomb. Maybe I'll get some carne asada. Yum! I love carne asada. It's so good. And then I'll cook it on the smoker. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Yep. That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow, in case you're wondering. You guys have a great day. Happy Monday. Um, Call that friend or family member just to check in and say hi. So that way, because you never know what's going to happen. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.